I listen to your show every single day.
Breakfast Club?
God damn it, the Breakfast Club.
Put that ass up on the Breakfast Club.
Made it! You can't say Breakfast Club without the Breakfast Club.
You're like this rare air.
You got platforms and partners all over the place because your demand is so high. People want to be in business with the Breakfast Club.
I don't think white people know how popular you guys are.
DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the God.
Yeah, you guys really are like the hip-hop early morning and late night talk show.
Y'all know what y'all talking about.
Good morning, USA.
Yo, 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 yo.
Jess Hilarious.
Good morning.
Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. It's Tuesday. Good morning. We are here. How y'all feel out there? Another day to serve. What's happening?
What's going on?
It's been a good morning.
I am blessed, black, and highly favored. Everybody get a good night's rest.
Yes, I did.
I got a lot of rest yesterday, and earlier the nap I took when I got home was crazy. It was amazing, and then I slept all night, which usually does not happen. So
you feel refreshed.
Yes. Y'all gotta check this new TV movie out. It's called Black Men Don't Cheat. Now I don't believe in that phrase, but the movie is so
true
good.
Phrase.
Yeah, but the movie's all about niggas cheating, so yeah, it don't matter.
Damn.
But it's really, really good. So you should watch it because you know why?
Why?
At the end, somebody write a book. And it's called Black Men Don't Cheat. And I was like, he would really appreciate this. So,
is there a lesson in it?
Absolutely.
Do the men realize that cheating is not the way at the end? Mm-hmm. Okay, that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. And what they take for granted, they can lose.
There you go.
Yeah, you gotta watch it. You will love it. It's good acting, good cameras, good angles, good lighting.
Good.
That's not what I watch Tubi movies for then.
No.
I wanna see that.
It's still a little bit of mishaps in there.
Okay.
But y'all would love it. It's really great.
I'm gonna watch it.
And Jess, I'm not talking to you for 20 minutes.
Why?
Because you got me into this Kate Middleton thing. I didn't care about the UK news, but now I be watching it. I be like, damn, is that really Kate Middleton walking around? Where's the kids? They said they went to the sports game, but I don't see no kids around. I think that's a fake. I shouldn't be into the UK news like this, but you put me on UK news, and now I be all into the UK news.
And the UK, the radio stations, they've been reaching out to me to give me jobs over there, and I said I can't abandon my family.
I saw somebody say, because of the stories you're reporting, they said she might be dead. I read that yesterday. That's one of the conspiracy theories.
I'll find out, guys. I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna get to the bottom of it.
So was she really walking around yesterday, or was that a fake?
That was a fake. That was a decoy. Fake. Yes. So we'll see.
How you know it was a decoy?
Because you can tell by the ankles.
I don't even know who she is.
Ankles.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know who Kate is?
I have no idea.
That's a really, really pretty woman. She's actually aged very well since we seen her in December.
I never paid no attention to none of them royals.
She had a surgery. They can't find her after the surgery. They don't know if she's alive or not. They say she was out with the kids. It was a surgery?
Yes, it was abdominal surgery.
I reported
the story. No, he doesn't listen. And he actually texts during my segment.
No, I heard something else yesterday, so I didn't know it was a surgery. Dang.
Yeah, it was a surgery. Yeah,
that's crazy. Mm-hmm. Wow.
He said that's crazy. Like he can't. He don't care.
Yeah, he does not.
I don't really.
But it's okay.
I'm listening.
But you gonna care when he find her. So.
Depends how they find it. You know what I'm saying? If she just didn't want to be seen, that ain't no story. Mm-hmm. But if it's something else to it, then wow.
Yes.
All right. You know?
Okay. All right. Well, Jermaine Dupri will be joining us this morning. JD.
Hey.
That's right. The Freaknik documentary comes out on Hulu Thursday. Freaknik, the wildest party never told. Okay, when your grandma and your mama was out there busting it wide open. Jesus. Maybe not your mama. Definitely your grandma and your aunties, though.
Could be your mama and your aunties.
Yeah. Depends how old your mama is.
Depends how old your mama is.
You know what I'm saying? But guaranteed, she was busting it open on VHS. There's a VHS cassette with your mama's ass on it somewhere.
If your mom is, I would say, from 49 to 60, there's a good chance she's out there.
A little younger. I'd say about
49 to 60?
44, 45.
Oh, God.
Yeah, what you talking about?
Because it ended in what, 98?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it ended in 98. I think it ended
about
in 98, 99.
44, 45.
Yeah, 45.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You ever went to Freaknik?
No.
I never went either.
Your mother went?
No, my mom was too old for Freaknik.
Okay. My mom is too old.
Yeah, she was too old for Freaknik.
I know DC Young Fly mother never went.
No.
No. Because I was going to ask him, like, you scared that you going to see your mother on this documentary? He probably, no, my mother was old back then, too. Nigga, no.
He definitely got aunties that was on there. 100%.
Atlanta, yes.
All right, well, let's get the show cracking. When we come back, we got front page news with Tesla and Figaro, so don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Good morning, Tiz.
Good morning, DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God, and Jess Hilarious.
Good morning, girl.
Peace,
Good
Ted.
morning.
Let's jump right into it. Let's talk Donald Trump.
Yeah, so Donald Trump this weekend sparked outrage about some comments that he made about a bloodbath if he's not elected. Take a listen.
Meanwhile, the former president has ramped up his incendiary rhetoric on the campaign trail.
We're going to put a 100% tariff on every single car that comes across the line, and you're not going to be able to sell those cars if I get elected. Now, if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole. That's going to be the least of it. It's going to be a bloodbath for the country.
Trump insists he was referring to a potential bloodbath in the automobile industry. In the past, Trump has warned of bedlam if Biden wins, suggesting there will be anger if he is convicted of a crime.
It'll be bedlam in the country. It's a very bad thing. It's a very bad precedent. As we said, it's the opening of a Pandora's box.
When I heard it, I thought he was talking about the auto industry too, but because of his previous comments in regards to, potential political violence, I guess people don't take it as that.
Yeah, because of that whole, running up on the Capitol thing.
I mean, that's one of them. That's one of the things.
Yeah, but in response, Joe Biden on X did say it's clear this guy wants another January 6th, but the American people are going to have to give him another resounding electoral defeat this November. And Charlamagne did say, let me get my words correct. Donald Trump did say, Charlamagne, that he was talking about the automobile industry. He said the fake news media and the Democrat partners in their destruction of our nation pretended to be shocked at my use of the word bloodbath, even though they fully understood that I was simply referring to the imports allowed by crooked Joe Biden, which is killing the automobile industry.
I mean, that's what I thought. I mean, to me, this is a prime example of what I mean when I say we as a country focus on the micros, because they spent the last few days discussing these bloodbath comments. Were they in context? Were they out of context? And if you ask me, I felt like they were out of context. But of all the things Trump has actually said, why are they sitting around discussing this? Because when people hear the other things he actually did say in context, folks will believe those things are taken out of context as well. Mm-hmm.
Well, let me see if this one's out of context. I want your opinion on this. He said, if you're a Democrat, you hate Israel. Take a listen.
Democrats hate Bibi and Netanyahu.
I actually think they hate Israel.
Yes.
I don't think they hate it. I think they hate Israel. When you see those Palestinian marches, even I'm amazed at how many people are in those marches. And guys like Schumer see that, and to him it's votes. I think it's votes more than anything else, because he was always pro-Israel. He's very anti-Israel now. Any Jewish person that votes for Democrats hates their religion, they hate everything about Israel, and they should be ashamed of themselves.
I mean, there's nothing out of context about that. That's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, pretty cut and dry. So that's what's going on with him. He also, by the way, he cannot find an insurance company to underwrite his bond to cover his massive judgment. He's went through about 30 different underwriters to back the bond, the $464 million bond. Few insurance companies are willing to put up that type of money. So we're going to have to see what's going to happen with that. We're going to see if they're going to start trying to take his property. So I'll give you more updates.
No, Russia or China will bail him out. Yeah, Russia or China will bail him out.
Why he'll be there in the morning?
Yeah, I do wonder why those bloodbath comments took off the way they did, because, I mean, he said so much wild stuff in September. He said shoplifters should be shot. He said that Mark Milley, the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, should be executed. He urged his supporters to go after Tish James, the AG in New York, whose office filed a lawsuit against him for fraud. You just heard him say he warned of bedlam in this country back in January. And also in the same speech, he said migrants are animals and not people. In his opinion, he described the people convicted on January 6th as hostages. Like, there's so much stuff he's actually said that I don't understand why we sitting around discussing bloodbath comments that may or may not be in context over the last few days. I'm just wondering why those have taken off.
Yeah, I thought we did have that audio, because you are absolutely right. He did say in that same speech that migrants are coming. But again, they're connecting it to the January 6th. So, just depending on how you want to look at it. Like you said, he was talking about the automobile industry, but, they're going to connect it to whatever they want to connect to, Charlamagne. So that's why.
All right. Well, that is front page news. What are we talking next hour, Tess?
So next hour, enough to go around for everybody. New York Mayor Eric Adams has been accused of sexual assault from 1993. So we're going to talk about that. And can I just give a quick shout out to Jess? Thank you, Jess, for talking about Black Men Don't Cheat. I just want to shout out Diesel. Jess, I appreciate you talking about these Tubi movies. Charlamagne be over there playing.
Yes.
But that is a really good movie. I want to send a shout out to Diesel.
Yes,
That's
come on,
Hassan. In it.
Yes. I love that. I love him.
Who's actually Trick's brother from Detroit. So did you know that that's his real life brother?
No.
Yeah. So shout out to the Tubi family in Detroit.
All right. Well, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. It's a new day. This is your time to get it off your chest. Wake up. Whether you're mad or blessed.
It's time to get up and get something.
Call up now. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hi, my name is Key.
Hey, Key. Good morning. Get it off your chest.
Well, first, good morning, Jess, Charlamagne, and DJ Envy. Hope you guys are doing great.
Peace.
Thank you.
So I like to get off my chest. Last week, my son was slammed on his head by a staff member at his school. The principal was clearly trying to play in my face. He's 14. His school is nothing but men. So I have an issue with that.
But why was he slammed? Was it?
It was an altercation. They tried to tell me one story, but then everything came to light, and it was another story. They won't give now. All of a sudden, the camera footage disappeared. It's okay, because I'm playing the game like they play. I know what to do.
Wow. Man, I'm so sorry you got to go through this, man. I wouldn't want to be in that position in no way, shape, or form.
And they tried to downplay my reaction when I came up there. It was as if, like, I was bugging. But I heard the whole thing on the phone. My son had his AirPod in. So I heard everything.
Is there any video of the altercation?
It mysteriously disappeared.
She said it disappeared.
Wow.
Did you call the police and make a report? Did you file a police report?
No, I didn't.
You need to file a police report, and then you need to get an attorney.
Yeah, maybe your son should just press charges. He knows who did it.
Yeah.
I'm working on getting an attorney now. Like, he doesn't want to go back to the school because of what happened.
Yeah.
And that phone call, like, it replays in my head, over and over. Like,
where is this?
Wait, what state?
In New York.
We should give your info out in case there's some attorneys listening that want to reach out and contact you. Maybe give an email out or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. My email is E like Edward, M like Mary, IKAH like Henry 2 at AOL.com. Don't judge me. Yes, I still have AOL.
I'm already judging.
Yeah,
listen,
definitely.
Question, and you don't. If it's too personal, you don't have to answer. Where's the young man's father at?
He already played dad. And when he went up there, they made it seem as if he was bugging too.
Like if he was what?
He was bugging.
As if he was bugging too.
Got you.
Yeah, that's what you should do. You should definitely speak to a lawyer because, like you said, you might want to press charges and then go from there.
Ain't no might. You should press charges.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, yes, because that was the thing. I'm like, should I? Like, it's just a big mess. It's a big, they're into sports, everything. So that's why everything kind of gets swept under the rug with the school, but not with me, not with mine. You play in somebody else's face.
That's right.
Yeah, so it sounds like he got into an altercation with somebody that plays football or one of those sports, and they're letting the football player or baseball player or basketball player slide because he's a star.
Well, they told me it was a group of boys versus a group of boys, but it wasn't.
Okay.
It was just my son.
Oh, okay.
So he went into survival mode.
Got you.
Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking it was a member of the administration.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. He slammed.
She said he was.
Oh, I thought you said it was a football. You just said it was something about a football player protecting the football player.
No, she said it made it seem like it was a fight, and then he got in between and slammed the child.
I thought it was an administration the whole time. That's why I said sued.
Yeah.
Well, talk to an attorney.
Oh, no, yeah. Yeah, because I already asked if there should be other moves in place, like restraints.
Mm-hmm.
They said, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging that you were wrong.
Wow.
But they never apologized or anything.
Lord have mercy.
Well, good luck, Mama.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Have a great one.
You too. Yeah, she said that her son got into an altercation, and I guess to break it up, they slammed the kid on his head.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was somebody from the administration.
Somebody from the administration slammed him on his head, she said.
Yes.
Was probably wilding out.
Mm.
He was probably wilding out.
And they had
She's
to
still
stop
on the
him.
air, Jess.
Oh.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051 is The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Get it up.
This This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Don.
Don, what up? Get it off your chest, bro.
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I was just calling to talk about that Freaknik, man. Went down there like the last year before it was ending, and it was wild. It was two ladies in the minivan enjoying themselves, and guys was trying to flip the minivan over.
That's crazy.
Was you one of the guys? Don't say guys like you wasn't one of them.
Nah, man. But I was hanging out with three guys that were in seminary school, and they was down there at the Freaknik.
That's that laugh like you was there too. Yeah, you was one of them, bro.
There. Nah, I wasn't one of them, man.
You was in the van.
That laugh, well, maybe you'll see your face on this documentary that comes out this week.
I hope not.
Bye, brother. Hello, who's this?
Hey, it's Rachel.
Hey, Rachel. Good morning. Get it off your chest.
Okay, so I'm a teacher, and I'm just hoping that in the next couple of weeks, my students lock in for our state testing, because we are so behind, but it's just because these kids don't care. And their parents aren't forcing them to do the work or even come to school. So I'm just keep praying for my babies, because I know they're going to do well, but it's time to lock in. We're a few weeks out, and I just hope they do what they got to do and they do their best. And I've been doing my best in the classroom too, you know?
Do you like the state testing? Because I hear a lot of teachers don't necessarily love the state testing.
I am not a fan of it. I don't think that it's something that should be put into place, because a lot of these kids, they just don't do well with testing. I myself don't do well with testing, you know. So I'm just like, let's do away with that.
I'm with you. You.
So,
what testing?
Y'all
State
have a
testing.
great morning.
You too now. At the end of the year, they have state testing to see how your kids do amongst the other kids, and some kids just don't take tests well. They have anxiety, they get nervous, they take them a long time to do tests, and that could base where they are next year with whatever.
So that mean don't do them?
Well, why do you need state testing if you're doing testing every year and you're teaching throughout the year? Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
I don't know. But get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, you can hit us up. Now we got Jess With The Mess coming up.
Kobe Bryant's parents are not happy.
All right, well, we'll talk about that next. So don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. We are The Breakfast Club. DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the God. Let's get to Jess With The Mess.
News is real. Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore. Jess don't do no lying.
Jess is gonna bring you numbers.
Jess With The Mess. And news is real.
On The Breakfast Club.
I know they know the difference. Keep it a stack.
Okay, so Kobe Bryant fans are upset because of a recent auction listing. Kobe's parents listed Kobe's first ever NBA championship ring that he won with the Lakers in 2000. Now, Kobe gifted the ring to his father and then gifted his mother a replica of it. But Kobe openly had a shaky relationship with his parents. I mean, that's no secret. They fell out several times over the years after he started dating his wife, Vanessa, and they didn't even show up to his wedding. They also had legal issues over auctioning off Kobe's sports memorabilia when he was still alive. And his parents tried to auction off the same ring before. He sued them when they tried to auction it off before. And the replica that he gave his mother, she actually sold it. She sold it a minute ago, and now that he is deceased, they're trying to auction off the same ring. His parents claim that they regret their actions the first time, but they back at it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's not something you should auction off. That's not even something you should want to auction off. And, even if they're going through
financial
some
problems.
type of financial trouble, especially in light of how Kobe Bryant left this earth, you don't want to. You want to hold on to that type of memorabilia. Get that to the kids.
Well, regardless, it should go to the kids. It should go to Kobe's kids, their grandkids. Like, that's something that should stay within the family forever. Like,
be in a glass case.
That
first
like that. Ring, the first championship.
Yep.
Absolutely. But they are probably going through financial difficulties and probably need some money, and that's of worth. That's of value.
Well, she should have invested what she got when she sold the replica ring, because she got $280,000 from a private collector back in 2013 for that ring. And
how you get something for a replica, but it's only $64,000 for the original?
I don't understand. I don't know. You're asking the wrong person. And then
wait, is it only $64,000, or they auction and the auction starts at $64,000? $64,000 seems cheap for a Kobe Bryant first time championship ring.
I just said that.
Yeah,
it seems cheap. That's what I'm saying. It might be the auction starting at $64,000.
Yeah. The most recent bid for the ring that they're selling, they're trying to auction off now, was $94,000, and the bidding ends on March 30th.
See, it's an auction.
Yeah. So
Well, it is theirs to do what they want to do, though.
Yeah, it is. It's just, the fans are very upset about it.
I get it.
Kate Middleton seen in the video.
Tell me. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Thank you. Okay, so UK updates.
Update.
Y'all know I called out the royal family and the British blogs for putting stories out that Kate was being seen outside without any proof, because they kept telling us that we were seeing her, but our eyes didn't see her, right? So thankfully that I applied pressure, because I applied pressure. Now there's a video of Kate Middleton seen outside with Prince William looking all happy and healthy. Now these are not my words. Happy and healthy was used by the British people in the blogs, right? And now that Kate popped out, she's in trouble again for photoshopping a picture. Kate took a picture of the Queen with her grandkids and the great-grandchildren before she died, right? And it was shared by the palace in 2023. And Princess Kate was given the credit for taking the picture. Now the picture is being flagged by Getty Images and other outlets for being altered, just like the Mother's Day picture with her kids.
So was she walking around healthy and happy, or we don't know?
She walking around smiling, but Prince William looking straight down to the ground. And for those, because a lot of people was like, which one is William? The one that's balding, y'all. He looked just like his father.
Don't them people have impersonators though, or am I tripping?
Yes, they do. You're not tripping at all. Finally, for the first time. Now, listen, moving on. Lamar Odom and Caitlyn Jenner, they launch a new podcast. Lamar and Caitlyn are launching the podcast together.
What's the name of the podcast?
The name is called Keeping Up with Sports.
Oh, Keeping Up with Sports.
What did y'all think the name was?
What a basic name.
I know.
Jesus Christ. They can't come up with nothing better than that.
What would you call it, Charlamagne?
I have no idea, but Keeping Up with Sports?
Well, it's a reference to the family show that they both were featured on, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Listen, y'all know Lamar gonna find any type of way to be a part of them people. All right, Lamar and Caitlyn are both known for their careers in sports, so it ties right in together. Lamar is an NBA champion. We do know that. Caitlyn was an Olympic gold medalist back when she was still Bruce, in 1976. And Zach Hirsch, I don't know who that is, but y'all will see, because that's going to be their third co-host, y'all. The first episode will feature the boxing legend Sugar Ray Leonard. So we should see that, y'all. There's no exact date when they release it, but that's coming up.
Why didn't he be passing me notes? Now I want everybody to know if he just passed me this note. Talk about they should title the show Balls on the Court.
My God.
There's nothing wrong with saying that.
That would be a good one, actually.
Basketball.
There's nothing wrong with saying that.
And Caitlyn and Bruce love sports. So
that's right.
That's great.
That's right. That's true.
Now, real quick, y'all, listen, be quiet. Iceland rocked by fourth volcano eruption in recent months, spewing fountains of lava. Now, for those who are traveling,
you fell asleep with the Weather Channel on last night. Huh?
Yes, whatever. Listen, this is world news, y'all. This is not just Jess With The Mess.
Go ahead.
Jess with the world news. All right. For y'all traveling, because the Blue Lagoon is a real big tourist attraction, right?
Yep.
But they've been talking about these volcanoes for months now, right? That's why you got to do research before you go to these places, y'all. So hundreds of people were evacuated from the Blue Lagoon spa when the eruption began. Blue Lagoon, one of the top tourist destinations in the country. The eruption opened a crack on the land almost 2 miles long. They called it a fissure. So they said a fissure opened up in the earth. What?
Yeah.
Yes, the lava has moved at speed about 39 feet per hour, and it could be taken an additional 20 hours to reach the main road. No deaths have been confirmed for the fourth eruption, but they've been telling y'all about this. This has been on the news since the beginning of February.
That's a fact.
And people still been flying
to Iceland.
That is a fact.
Flying over there. Yeah, y'all already risking y'all life by flying these faulty planes.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But then y'all landed, then y'all want to go to the Blue Lagoon, and they thought it was a game.
The same way we got meteorologists here that can tell us what the weather's going to be over there, they got meteorologists who can tell you that it's a possible eruption.
Yeah.
So all of these people were fully aware that this could potentially erupt.
Y'all have to cut on the news, y'all. Y'all have to cut on the news.
And that's Jess With The Mess with the Worldwide Mess.
Jess With The Mess with the Worldwide Mess. Yes, Jess With The Worldwide Mess. Thank you so much. Yes. So,
thanks, Jess.
Round of applause, Jess.
Thank you.
We did UK news. We did weather.
From Baltimore to Iceland. I love it.
We did podcasts. We did sports.
Yes.
Entertainment news.
Yeah.
Don't stop playing with you, Jess.
I'm going to elevate this whole thing.
That's right. Don't stop playing with you. Stop playing with Jess.
All right. When we come back, we got front page news. Teslin Figueroa will be joining us. And then Jermaine Dupri will be in the building. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Good morning, Tez.
Good morning, DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy.
Good morning.
Peace, Ed.
Well, let's jump right into it. Let's talk about New York City Mayor Eric Adams.
Yeah, so according to a new lawsuit, a former NYPD aide is suing New York City Mayor Eric Adams, alleging her being sexually assaulted in 1993. Let's go to CBS New York for the report.
We're taking another big step towards our vision for New York City.
Mayor Adams had no idea this morning when he was announcing new funding for electric school buses that he was about to be hit by a suit from a former colleague that could very well throw him under the bus. A woman who worked with Adams when he was a transit cop filed suit charging the mayor with sexual assault, battery, infliction of emotional distress, gender discrimination, retaliation, and sexual harassment. It stemmed from an incident in 1993 when she says she went to him for help with an employment issue because he was president of the Guardians Association, a black police officers organization.
The accusation absolutely did not happen. I don't even recall who this person is. I've never recalled even meeting them, and I've never life protecting people.
Now, is this the same case he got hit with last year under the Adult Survivors Act?
That's exactly it. This was when the Adult Survivors Act, as we know, the governor put that out there for folks to be able to go back and, make accusations or sue folks for stuff in the past. And this was a part of it. She did file that and meet the deadline last year, but this year is where she filled in all of the details. So it gave her some time, to kind of go back and fill in the details. And again, this is from 1993. And just so folks are aware, she was actually working within the police department. So she went to him, asking for, I guess, some type of promotion, or she wanted to be able to advance. And that's where she said the sexual assault happened because he basically was saying, either do this or that in order to get some type of promotion. I don't know if she got their promotion or not. We'll have to look at the details, as it continues to unfold. But that's what it was. She was previously denied the promotion. And so she was trying to go for help. She was actually already working within the department. And so this was about her moving up in rank.
Well, everybody will get their day in court. I mean, these are just allegations. I know in this era we want allegations to be facts, but they're not. But that's what due process is for. So I'm sure it'll play out in the court of law.
I just wonder with cases like that, something that's like 30 years old, I'm sure whatever evidence is how do they prove the evidence? And is it text messages or is it phone calls?
It's definitely not no text messages.
Yeah, because there were text messages back then, right?
It's really just he said, she said. But
right.
Yeah, and if folks want to read the details, it is pretty graphic. But basically, Adams offered to drive her home. She said she wanted to talk to him about promotion. He said, I'll drive you home. And then rather than drive her home, he took her to a remote location and allegedly asked for oral sex. And again, he says he doesn't know who this is. The mayor's office also said that this was outrageous allegations, and the events described here will be vindicated in court. So, again, and the mayor's going through a lot, as we know. He's also under investigation for campaign fundraising and corruption with that as well. So he has a lot going on.
When is Eric Adams up for re-election?
I think he has
2025. Yeah, 2025.
2 more years.
2025.
Now let's jump right into Best Buy. Best Buy has huge recalls, huh?
Yeah, just quickly, guys, I love giving quick little recalls. If you bought an Insignia air fryer, 250,000 air fryers are being recalled due to fire, burn, and laceration hazards. So I know a lot of folks like air fryers and like your kids doing it because it's something quick. They don't have to worry about at least I got an air fryer for that reason. So my daughter doesn't have to, risk being burned on the stove. So make sure if you bought that air fryer, take it back. It's being recalled.
All right.
Jesus.
Well, that is front page news. Thank you, Tez.
Before Charlamagne, before you tell people to follow me on Instagram and Straight Shot No Chaser, yesterday we did the story on the 32-hour work week. So I went live with the Instagram family. We did about 2 hours of question and answers because there was a lot of misconceptions. We had about over 1,000 people that made comments on that, and I think a lot of people were missing the point that they're being paid 40 hours for working 32. So we broke that down. Charlamagne is going to be on this week's Straight Shot No Chaser. For those that have questions, we dealt with how would it affect small businesses, medium businesses, large corporations that maybe have the profit to cover that loss. And we talked about a lot of things we talked about on the segment yesterday as well. So definitely tap into this week's Straight Shot No Chaser on the Black Effect Podcast Network.
And people also have to remember that when it comes to Instagram, those are just clips. Like, the full context of a lot of those conversations are on Breakfast Club, YouTube page. Because I see a lot of times I see people in the comments, talking about things that we absolutely did discuss in the full context of
absolutely.
The conversation.
And they have to remember it's an entire proposal. So it's pages and pages of information. So whether you're watching a 30-second clip or us talk about it for 6 minutes, in the segment, you have to do a little bit more research in order to get the full conversation. But it sparked a great discussion. A lot of folks had a lot of stuff to say, but there were some inconsistencies on some facts. So the Instagram family and I took some time to break it down yesterday.
Well, follow at Tez and Figaro on all social media platforms. Subscribe to their podcast, The Straight Shot No Chaser podcast on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network.
All right. Now, when we come back, Jermaine Dupri will be joining us. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
The legendary
Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah, what's happening?
What up, JD?
What's going on?
Now, let's talk about Freaknik, this Freaknik documentary.
Yeah.
Now, when making this documentary, you had tons of ladies and men scared that they were going to see their pictures, their asses on the screen, but it was well done. It wasn't done in a disrespectful way. It was so explain to it this documentary how it came about. Yeah. How it came about.
It came about. I think Luke was trying to do this initially, and then they started having conversations about it, and Luke said, he can't do it if I wasn't involved. And then when they came to talk to me about it, I said the same thing to them. I'm like, well, I wouldn't do this if Luke wasn't involved. And they're like, well, we got Luke, so do we got you? And I'm like, yeah. So it went from there, and then it just kind of started moving pretty fast. And then I just wanted to make sure that the story was told from all perspectives, because the people that was concerned about the asses showing and all of that, they don't understand how young I was when Freaknik was actually popping. Mm-hmm. So my perspective of Freaknik wasn't that perspective. I ain't see all that because I wasn't able to get into the clubs and all of this type of stuff. So my perspective was I was part of the street traffic. I was out in the streets. I was dancing outside the cars. I was on Peachtree. That was a part of Freaknik that I saw. Other people saw. Luke got a different story, and other people. So it's just really important for me to make sure that we made you see everybody's different perspective.
How much did y'all have to water the doc down because of this lame ass cancel culture era that we?
None, because I feel like ultimately what people don't understand is this is black culture. Are you embarrassed by our culture? Like, are you embarrassed that you went to a HBCU and this is how y'all act?
Word.
If that's how you feel, then you should just change your color of your skin, because that's life in Atlanta. We got 4. You know what I mean? Where everywhere else got 1. Y'all got Hampton and 1. We have 4 of them. So if you put all of that energy in one place, it's just what black culture is.
Absolutely.
How did 21 Savage get to be a part of it? I know that this was y'all era, you and Uncle Luke, but how did hook up with
21? He been doing his birthday party, and the theme of his birthday party is Freaknik for the past couple of years. So at first I was like, no, but then he live in Atlanta. He's not from Atlanta, but he's basically from Atlanta. So if you from Atlanta, you felt the repercussions of something from Freaknik at some point.
It's crazy because going to Hampton, of course, Freaknik created so many different gatherings, right? Philly Greek, 4th of July in Virginia, Jones Beach, New York City. It all started from Freaknik, but I just thought it was a party that was created just for people to wild out. That's what I thought it was when you were in college. That's what you think it was. But the fact that it was created for students that didn't have any money was something. You want to break that down? Because I thought it was created for a whole different reason.
Well, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people, I didn't go to college, so I can't, I didn't know that either. So that person that's watching this, that's probably me, that didn't go to college, that don't know nothing about that lifestyle. You don't understand that these kids that come from DC or New York or wherever they come, they go all the way to Atlanta. You think that they got money to just fly back home on spring break and just
back then we didn't fly. We would drive.
Exactly.
And we didn't have
that's
money.
What I'm saying. So it's like that's another thing that this documentary shows of how unmanual we are as people. Unmanual as we are as people, because you guys used to drive. Now, when you think you're gonna see 4 girls from New York get in a car and drive to Atlanta just to have fun?
No way. Spirit Airlines.
Never.
$90.
You know what I'm saying? So it just shows you that type of stuff, and then so you should see that Freaknik is like, oh, these were some kids that couldn't go home. They didn't know what their spring break was gonna be like. They watching all these white kids go to Daytona Beach and all this, and they got money, but these kids is stuck in Atlanta and they ain't got no money, so they threw a picnic that turned into Freaknik. That's an American Black history story.
Well, people weren't afraid to be broke back then.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have no choice. To be, you have no choice to be afraid.
But no, nowadays people can front, right? So everybody can pretend to be something that they're not. You can pretend to have more than you got. Like nobody wants to.
I mean, but they still be fronting too. They just, they. I mean, well, I be seeing these girls go to Tulum. And I'm sure they sharing rooms.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
But back then it didn't matter. Like back then,
that's what I'm saying. It didn't matter back then.
Like you would go to, Philly Greek or 4th of July in Virginia, and it'd be 7 of us in the room, and nobody thought about anything. It wasn't we broke and be like, oh, you got the floor, you got the you take your quick shower. But that's what it was, because we was all hanging out as brothers. It didn't matter.
That's why I thought it was, for me, that's why as we got into it, that's why I was like, this has to come out, because we don't see this in black culture. We just keep trying to make it seem like everybody got money and everybody do this and that. No, it was a time when none of that mattered, right? And I like when Jalen Rose was talking about how he got to Freaknik. Mm-hmm. He took his cousin car or something, and it was just like, as long as I get a car, I'm out. We get into Freaknik. And it was the same thing with me when I was 16, when I had just got my first car. My first car was a Volare, a 2-door Volare. Probably listening don't even know what that is, but it was an ugly ass car that looked like a Pacer mixed with something else, right? And I didn't care what the car looked like. I just was able to drive around Atlanta while this was happening. And that's ultimately what the goal was. Can you get into the Freaknik? Can you get into traffic? If you sitting at home and you can't get in, that's when you mad. But if you have a car, that's all it was about.
It's crazy how they easily cancel black events, right? But you look at Daytona Beach, you look at Miami spring break, you look at where the white kids go for their spring break, and they wild out, they get drunk, they fight and all types of stuff. But those events never get canceled. It seemed like they try to tame it, but they just totally cancel Freaknik, which is crazy.
I mean, they had to, because it was bad. I mean, it got to a point, and I'm not talking about the misconduct with the guys and the girls. I'm talking about just the traffic and how the city was dealing with it. Because ultimately, these guys that was at their school, they started something. They never talked to the people in the city. So the city had no idea what was actually happening. When it got out of control, they just started trying to control it the best way they could, but they weren't even talking to the DC Metro Club, right? So it's like, at that point, it's like Frankenstein. You done created a monster, and y'all can't control this. The only thing you can do is shut it down at least for a second and try to see if y'all can figure out how to make it work.
Could it ever come back?
No.
I know we tried a couple years ago. Nah.
I don't think, I think it could come back, if people really, really sit down and figure out how to make it into Essence Fest, because that's basically what it should have become. It should have become the Essence Fest of Atlanta, right? But the traffic part of it, that was the
Well, most of the people who go to Essence Fest now probably used to go to Freaknik.
They do. They did. 100%. All them black people was at Freaknik.
Yeah. You just got to define the name, because when people hear the name Freaknik, they think it's going to be a...
Yeah, but I'm saying we can get past that. We got Slutty Vegan now.
Yeah. For real, and the got slut walks. I just think it's too much cameras now.
Yeah, that's another thing. I think that's the other thing. That's the only thing I would say. If you go to Freaknik now, you gotta put your phone away, because you'll miss the girls dancing on the cars. Like, the fact that you was driving down the street and you were looking for everything is how you saw Freaknik. If somebody down there doing this, you gonna miss everything. So that's another thing. You gotta, and maybe the hype of it and people saying it might make people want to see it, but I just think people are so attached to their phones, and they think everything is more important than their phone as opposed to seeing what's happening outside.
And how come nobody ever focuses on some of the women that went down there because they wanted to have a good time? Like, they wanted to go out there and be loose and wild and liberated, because it's Freaknik.
Okay. Yeah, we talk about that. Okay. We let the girls talk about that. The show that they was grabbing the dudes, and all that type of stuff.
It went both ways.
It was going both ways.
All right, we got more with Jermaine Dupri when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Jermaine Dupri. Charlamagne?
Do you think Uncle Luke's music helped or hurt Freaknik?
It helped. Between Uncle Luke and So Def Bass All Stars, that's the soundtrack of Freaknik. You know what I mean? And it was like, I also think now with Miami shutting down spring break and all that, it's the music. Nothing's making you dance, right? Nothing making you jump on top of the cars. You see people doing it, but they doing it to music that don't really have that vibration, right? At Freaknik, the girls was dancing so hard and the guys was dancing so hard. you ain't had time to be worrying about nobody beside. Like, the energy level was just too high, right? And I just think the Luke music, like I said, the So Def Bass All-Star, the music was making you dance in a different space, and it made you think about, you was like this, and it wasn't, you don't have time to be like, hey, no, we ain't, you know what I mean? We ain't come down here for that. We came down here to see these girls. Let's go see these girls. It's almost like the mentality of a man when he goes to the strip club, right? I go to the strip club every week. You go to the strip club, guys don't come in the strip club looking for
right.
They come in the strip club to see the girls, right? That was the mentality of Freaknik. And for some reason, that's kind of lost in the space that we live in now. Just want to go see what other is wearing.
Well, speaking of that, if Freaknik did come back today, would you wear the Boss Baby outfit you wore at the Super Bowl?
Boss Baby outfit.
Yes. What was the inspiration behind that outfit, JD?
First of all, I had on a tuxedo with shorts. Very similar to what I have on today.
Yes.
I have on a tie, a regular suit shirt, and I got on shorts.
That's very boys to men.
Yeah.
I mean everything.
And it's Vegas, right? You know what I'm saying? It's a Super Bowl. It's the biggest event in the world. I could have went up there with a starter jacket and a starter hat. How regular is that though? Like, I'm just saying, I think sometimes people don't realize, like, I'm in the entertainment business and I'm getting ready to do the biggest show of Usher's life, and my life, I guess you want to say. We going on the biggest stage in the world, and I should be wearing a baseball cap and some looking like a regular ass in the street. Nah. I mean, that was the thought behind it, right? So it was more or less like a while ago, like, Envy, you remember, we started this thing called the Ocean 7, right? And it was me, Usher, Jonte, B. Cox. We used to go to Vegas and we got dressed, and we'd be dressed up. So I wanted to actually have a piece of that in what we was doing. That, you know, we in Vegas. Like, you don't go to Usher's show. I seen you at Usher's show. You was dressed. You know what I mean? You don't go to Vegas with your FUBU on. You know what I mean? You just don't do that. Like,
so you did it to get people talking, basically?
Nah, I didn't do it to get people talking. I didn't even think nobody was gonna pay no attention to it. I had on a tuxedo with a tie and a regular shirt. The socks threw people off.
Well, they were talking about, they didn't care about the tux. They were talking about the socks.
They were talking about the socks, right? And the socks, once again, the socks, I understand why everybody keeps saying something about the socks, because they do look like, I guess, what they say, the Bobby socks.
The Easter socks,
but they don't have nothing to do with that. They don't look nothing like that once you get up on the socks. Like I said, it's just, I don't know. It's my man's line, right? First of all, that's another thing. Pharrell's my man. He ain't Dog's man, right? I don't know this. So in support of my homeboy line, I mean, I wasn't even thinking about it. It just happened. But I mean, listen, I put my first group out in 1992. I'm trending in 2024.
Yeah.
Y'all can say whatever you want to say.
Still got #1 records. What did Usher's Super Bowl halftime performance mean to you?
Everything.
As the architect, really the architect of Usher, if we being honest.
Yep.
Yeah, everything. It means everything, because when we made My Way, the discussion that he and I had making that record was that he wanted to get to that space. And once he got to that space, he wanted people to realize he did it his way. That's how that whole album came about. So for me to be in that seat and watch it go from My Way to this, I probably was the most proud. And then at the same time, I mean, he did 6 of my songs on Super Bowl. Crazy. It's not, it's not a bunch of that can say crazy. They had 6 of their songs performed on Super Bowl.
I argued with somebody up here the other day when they heard Confessions, right? A younger person. And they were like, yeah, he wrote Confessions. I was like, Confessions was about Jermaine Dupri. That Jermaine Dupri wrote that. That's factual.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
I mean, I wrote You Make Me Wanna. I wrote My Way. I wrote Nice and Slow. I wrote Confessions. I wrote You Got It Bad. I wrote My Boo. I wrote all these songs. I mean, people be like breaking it down when they talk about it. They say Confessions, but Nice and Slow, all these songs I wrote. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just the story of Confessions, I think, took over, and it was like I was that guy. I was the person that was in that position.
But it happened right when he broke up with Chili, so people just assumed that he was writing it about Chili.
Yeah,
but that was your story.
And I mean, we even when writing it, I wasn't even thinking about that. You just go to the studio and you write songs. It's not even about. I mean, sometimes you have a motive behind it, but we was trying to just follow up. I was trying to follow up You Got It Bad. It just came off 8701 and was a big album. So it was like, what y'all gonna do this time?
Is Usher the biggest jewel in your crown?
Mariah Carey Song of the Decade.
Yeah, that Emancipation was a monster.
I don't know. I mean, he's definitely, well, let me say this. Rolling Stone said that Confessions is the R&B, the number one R&B record of this 21st century, right? Or 20th century, whatever it is, 21st century. So, I mean, if that's a true statement, then I guess so. I mean, that's a big record. That's a big statement.
Do you think Atlanta as a whole is getting documented properly?
No. That's why, another reason why I want to make sure that this documentary gets the stage that it's on. Shout out to Hulu, Disney, Mass Appeal for actually allowing us to finally tell our story on this stage, because this is the first story from the South that's ever been told. And when I say that, I said that at South by Southwest, and people was like, "What?" And I'm like, "What's an Atlanta story that you know? Or what's a Southern story that you know? You from the South? What stories do we have that people know about the South? Besides, ATL is not a story of the South rise in the culture of hip hop. This is the first time that we get a story about our culture and how Outkast popped, why you know So Def. Oh damn, why Luke said Bankhead and Scarred. What was the reason for that? Like, you ain't never wondered, like, he from Miami, he talking about Bankhead Bounce. Like, why he was saying that? Freaknik. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And this is the first time that, like I said, the South gets that look. Hollywood never felt like our stories was important.
If Freaknik never happened, would Atlanta music blow up as fast as it did?
No. Because what's that little thing with the when you put the little roach trap down and the roaches get in there and they go back to they house? Yeah, but I'm saying it's a raid, but it's a little trap that they show on TV.
They bring the food back to
and they take the food back to the. That's what Freaknik was for the South. People from Virginia, people from New York, people from Baltimore, people from DC, people from everywhere came to Atlanta. The DJs in Atlanta was playing bass music. So Def Bass All Stars, Luke Skywalker, blah 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 blah. Kids went back to their hoods saying, "Yo, we was in Atlanta. This they playing in Atlanta. What this that was we was doing in Freaknik, or somebody saw the video." That's why the music spread that way, right? That's why it spread it in so many places, because these people took it back home as if they had discovered some new thing that wasn't happening in their house, in their neighborhoods. And at that point, if 500 people go back to Virginia with that same mentality and it spread, then Virginia starts sounding like Atlanta, right? Or whatever. That's, so no, it wouldn't. I think Freaknik was definitely our mixtape. You know what I mean? Freaknik was our mixtape that made people say, "Oh, it's going on down there. It's some," you know what I mean? So that's definitely, we I don't know what would have happened if we, it would have been a slower pace.
All right, we got more with JD when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. We're back. We are the Breakfast Club. NV, Jess Hilarious, and Charlamagne the Guy. We're still kicking it with Jermaine Dupri. He's here. I got a question. How bad was it when the labels, it seemed like, watching the doc, I seen Craig Mack performing, I seen Biggie performing. How bad was it when the labels started touching Freaknik? Did it commercialize it and make it worse, or not at all?
No, it was all good. The concerts actually was helping, because all these black people in the park smoking weed, drinking, doing whatever they want to do. Because if nobody was governing this, right, it was just, y'all want to go ahead. That's how the city was open to it.
And now y'all about to turn around and do the Magic City docuseries, right?
Yeah.
Magic City and American Fantasy.
Yeah.
What's that about? I mean, we know what it's about.
Yeah. But it's also the same thing. It's a story about Magic City that I don't think people know. Like, the story of Magic City is so much more deeper than just a strip club, right? And how Magic figured out a way to make this one club a worldwide situation. You know what I mean? And then people always keep saying, they like, why is Drake involved? Because Drake is from a different country. And he wants to come to a little bitty strip club in Atlanta. That's crazy. I don't even know how you supposed to think about that, because I'm not from a different country. But I'm saying, to be in a different country, we in the United States, I don't want to go to, I ain't heard nothing about nothing in Canada that make me want to fly there on a Monday and be a part of it, right? This place is that crazy that it's made people in Toronto want to come to Atlanta on Monday. I think you have to hear about this. So it's just, like I said, it's just highlighting things that have happened in the South that we haven't had an opportunity.
So what helped elevate the Atlanta music scene more, Freaknik or Magic City?
Freaknik.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you always hear about records breaking in Magic City.
And that was after the fact. That, by the way, that's me saying that. That was something that I talked about. Once again, like I said, you got to remember, I wasn't in the clubs in 80, 82, 83, 84. I couldn't get in no clubs. So, and I wasn't even making music in 84. And so even in 92 when Crisscross came out, I was only 19. I still couldn't even get into Magic City. So that period where I felt like the strip club became the mixtape was a later 90s activity. Before that, Freaknik was running the show.
I saw you with, I think it was with Gayle King and Carrie Champion and all of them. You was talking about how if a woman couldn't understand you being in the strip club, she wasn't the woman for you.
Yeah, 100%.
So if that was a deal breaker off the top.
100%.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm saying, like, I'm going to use you, Jess, as an example. If me and Jess was talking and she came to Atlanta and I said, we going to Magic City tonight. And she was like, well, I don't really strip clubs. At that point, you have broke our synergy. You flew to Atlanta to stay at my house while I go party with my homeboys. Now, when
you
I
got a really nice house, JD, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I'm saying, when I go to the strip club, as a woman, her mind's gonna start doing this, right? I asked you to come with me so that your mind wouldn't do that, but you want to stay at home and wait till I get back.
Good point.
And then come back, possibly smelling like the strip club.
All these questions,
and then we gonna have a beef. You f***ed it up from the jump.
Yeah.
Or by allowing you to just stay at home. I should have just made you come. So I'm just saying, ultimately, if this is part of your life, this is part of my life. So you got to know that that's happening. That's going to happen. Yeah. It's interesting because when I was dating Janet, I tried to not take her.
I was going to ask you. You had Janet Jackson in Magic City?
Yeah, 100%. But I fought it for the longest. I wasn't in the space mindset that I'm in right now because I wasn't paying attention to it like the way I'm telling you. Yeah. I was thinking like, if I take her in there, one of them girls gonna tap me on my shoulder that I done been with, and she gonna know. And then I was thinking about all the bullshit.
Yeah.
Nah, if this what you do, what you did in your past is your past. I'm with you now. Let me see what's happening. Why you want to go there every Monday? That's what her question was.
Did she understand after she went why you wanted to be there every Monday?
Yeah, of course.
Now, when does JD get to tell his story and go through it so people can understand what you did, what you produced, the artists you've broke, and talent that you created?
I mean, I think the Freaknik doc helps me get into that space because for the longest the South has been ignored. It's just what it is. Right. And I'm part of that cloth that's been ignored. You gotta think, at 19 I put out my first group that everybody knows. I wrote and produced every line and every beat in the music, and they first single, a top 100 single, right?
Talk about Crisscross.
Yeah. If that was sports like football or basketball, they'd call me a freak of nature, right? But the fact that it was the South, they treated us like we wasn't even hip hop. Like, that's some gimmick. So then it made people ignore the fact that I'm the person who ushered in young people rapping. If it wasn't for them, as a young person, you wouldn't even know that it was possible that you could have a record deal. Who else has come out since Bow Wow that, Bow Wow was the only other person that did it, and I put him out. So I'm just saying, the stories have been ignored. So somebody, at least we get one story, and we got two stories. Hopefully that, from that, it'll get into that space so you can actually see it, and then people won't have this misconception about what they have about me.
And when people talk about you too, JD, they got to talk about the fact that Mace thanks you for being the first person to pay him his worth. You introduced Biggie, to Atlanta in a lot of ways, and so who knows how that inspired him. And Jay-Z with Money Ain't a Thing. Yeah, was an introduction to the South in a lot of ways. So you got to get credit for that too.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what I'm saying. It's like I said, it's been ignored. That's all you can do. Like I said, if I was in New York, I'd be the king.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, even like today, you don't know a person. Y'all don't have a person that can come up here this year that had his first #1 record in 1992 and got a record that's #1 today. You won't see nobody else come up here to this station this year.
Damn. Wow. That's actually true.
You won't.
No.
Not this year. I mean, I don't even, and probably won't have it next year either. But I'm saying, no. My first #1 record was in 1992. I have the #1 R&B record in the country today.
You relaunching So Def?
Yeah.
As far as label? Yeah. What artists you have? Are you looking for artists? I know you got to go. But are you looking for artists, and are you putting a sign back up in Atlanta that says...
Yeah, I'm putting a sign back up. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but anyway, I can say it. I'm going to say it anyway. BMF comes to Atlanta, or they're in Atlanta right now. You'll see in the BMF series that the sign goes back up. And at that point, when that happened, I was like, okay, as many watch this, I'm gonna have to put this sign back up because you know what I mean. So we're gonna put it back up. On the artist tip, I'm looking for new artists. It's just my, that's what I wanted. I wanted a space for me to continue to keep putting out new artists. I love putting out new artists. I'm not scared to put out new artists, and I don't think nobody else could do it better than me.
All right. When you paid Mace what he was worth, did you do that just to upstage? Did he?
No.
Okay.
When I pay people, I don't know that I'm paying them more than, I don't have that conversation. I just go after what I want. Like if I wanted, when I signed Harlem World, I wanted to make the deal because Mace kept telling everybody in every interview that he did that he came to Atlanta to meet with me. Right? So I actually felt like I f***ed up. Right? So I felt like when I missed Mace and he out here killing it. So I'm like, you know what? Let's make this deal. And he told me what he wanted to do. And I didn't think about it twice. I just was like, let's do the deal. I didn't know I was giving him more money than he was, I never knew that.
Well, there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah.
Freaknik this Thursday. We appreciate you, brother.
Yeah,
congratulations, Money Long. Let me say this because she might be watching. Congratulations, Money Long. #1 record. It's an R&B song. No rap. #1 urban record in the country.
There you go. It's Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The regular listener hears that though. I just want y'all to know that.
Just breathe.
So, who you talking to, Jess? She breathing hard as hell. She pregnant? She be trying to run back in here right before.
No, I'm not. Ain't nobody trying to run in. I'm not breathing hard. Stop playing with me.
4 months pregnant.
Yeah.
Okay,
well, I gotta do a job. I actually really do my job.
That's you right. Do, and you do it well.
Thank you very much.
Well, let's get to Jess with the Mess.
Thank you so much.
News is real. Whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jess Hilarious, Jess don't do no lying.
Jess is gonna bring you numbers.
Jess With The Mess. Our news is real.
On the Breakfast Club.
I know they know the difference. Keep it a stack.
Okay, Envy, say it again. Say Jess With The Worldwide Mess.
Jess with the Worldwide Mess.
Okay, so woman receives life sentence for murder after leaving her baby alone. A 32-year-old woman from Ohio named Cristel Candelario was sentenced to life without parole.
Dios y mi hija me han perdonado.
God and my daughter have forgiven me.
You committed the ultimate act of betrayal, leaving your baby terrified, alone, unprotected, to suffer what I heard was the most gruesome death imaginable. You left your baby, Jalen, trapped in a pack and play without food and water for 10 days.
Jesus.
This wasn't simply an oversight. I'm going to sentence you to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
So what's at the beginning is she doesn't speak English. So she said, God and the baby have both forgiven me.
All right. How she know God
Girl,
forgave her?
Are you dumb?
Exactly. How she know her daughter forgave her? She don't know that. That's what she hoping for.
That's what she hoping
That's
for.
Crazy.
So I'm glad that the judge showed her no mercy. This dummy planned a 10-day vacation. She went to Detroit and then Puerto Rico. Left the baby
alone.
Left the baby alone in a playpen. She didn't leave food or water with the baby. And whether she did or not, the baby would know.
So she thought she was just going to come back and the baby was just going to be sitting there smiling like, hi, mommy.
Like, hey, ma.
What the hell?
Going to the bathroom and feces, just everything. You know what I'm saying? 10 days. When she got back from her vacation, she found the baby unresponsive and called the police. The baby was pronounced dead on the scene. Medical examiners determined that she died of starvation and dehydration.
This is why everybody shouldn't be able to procreate.
Jesus
Absolutely.
Christ.
Everybody should not be able to procreate.
So she pretty much killed the baby and then called the police. Hey, what's wrong with my baby?
Yeah. Yep.
Insane.
Just as dumb as ever.
Insane.
The judge said the only difference will be that prison will at least feed you and give you liquids that you denied her.
Word.
So the judge was basically saying, you're still, and me locking you up for life, you're still in a better position than you left your child. You know what I'm saying?
You don't just get that slow. Like
Yep.
she been that slow. So it makes me wonder who the hell shot her club up because he had to know.
And it's being reported that Cristel also has an older daughter, but they did not reveal where she was while Cristel was on vacation.
She might be still in the playpen too. How many times? You know what though? She probably did that to that little girl before.
Yeah.
And so that's what she's used to
She
doing.
couldn't have did it for 10 days, but yeah, she probably left her at times by herself.
Probably got
yeah.
used to doing that.
Yep.
Dumb. To go to Detroit and then Puerto Rico. Girl, listen. All right, speaking of Detroit, Tanisa Welch admits she doesn't like her portrayal in the BMF series.
I know somebody else who don't like. Never mind.
First of all, no, you can go ahead and speak it and talk it, but this is about Tanisa first. So, Tanisa Welch spoke to the Neighborhood Talk on the red carpet at the NAACP Image Awards. They spoke to her about her character on BMF.
I wanted to know, what are your thoughts on the current portrayal of your character on BMF?
I'm not happy about it, but what can we do? They're everywhere with their stories, so I don't know who I am in that story. You know, every Friday I got to get anxiety because I don't know what I'm doing next. Am I dating a teenager? Is he buying me a home? Is he, is his baby mama beating me up? I don't know what to expect. You know, it's just everywhere. So it's amazing that we got to tell my story, and I hope people start watching our story. We have a lot of eyes on it, so it's getting out there, so people are understanding the truth now.
Oh, the BMF TV show. I thought she meant the first lady of BMF because she was nominated. I was nominated for 2 NAACP awards.
Yeah. So she is being portrayed by Lala in the BMF series, the one that 50 did, right?
Yeah.
And her name is Markeisha on the show, for those who don't know which one is Tanisa. She's the older woman that T is dating. The show shows that their ages are 17 and 26. She didn't agree with that, but they're 9 years apart, you know. And in the movie that I was also in, First Lady of BMF, we were like 19 at the start of that. We were like 18, 19. And then by the end of it, I believe she was in her 20s, but she was dealing with Lil Meech's brother, T. And I mean, I don't know if they do add up or whether they don't. He was definitely fairly young, 9 years younger than her in the movie as well. Tanisa was at the Image Awards to promote her side of the story, and that show, and the First Lady of BMF was nominated. That's why she was there.
You were nominated, right?
I was nominated twice. Yes.
She's in the movie.
I was in the movie. Yep.
So you can watch the First Lady of BMF for a better portrayal
on
of Tanisha.
BET. On BET Plus. It's available.
It's on BET Plus.
Yep. So y'all can watch it.
It's on Tubi too.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Wendy Williams was paid $400,000 for her life documentary. So they say Wendy was paid for that and then $100,000 per episode, right? So that's how they broke that down. They also provided her with round trip business class airfare, 1 suite, 2 standard hotel rooms if she had to travel more than 100 miles from her home, ground transportation to and from airports, and a $75 per day stipend. This news was released in response to the network being sued for blatant exploitation. The docuseries had more than 500,000 viewers. My thing is, was $400,000 worth it though?
No, and does Wendy know she was paid the $400,000?
Exactly.
Who was that $400,000? Who did that go to? Did that go to the Guardianship? Did that go to the Wendy Inc.? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, if she, it sounded like that she needed the money, and maybe that was a quick play to get some money to pay whatever she had to pay or to make her survive or whatever it may be.
But did the money go to her is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Because if she wasn't in control of her money, I don't know if she was or not at the time.
But somebody got to be paying her bills, her phone bill, where she stays, and food and all that, right? Somebody got to be paying that, right?
$500,000 tax lien, so somebody ain't paying something.
Crazy.
Touche.
Crazy, but that is Jess With The Mess. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. That was
Jess With The Worldwide Mess.
With the Worldwide Mess.
Okay.
For the second hour.
Worldwide Jess.
All right. Charlamagne, who giving you a donkey too?
4 after the hour, we need a young woman named Isabella Maria DeLuca to come to the front of the congregation. She was one of the members of Vanilla ISIS who attempted the coup of this country on January 6, 2021, and she just got arrested. We'll discuss.
All right. We'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake up. You're locked into The Breakfast Club.
Donkey up the day. Made it.
Damn, the hee-haw again.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
I ain't trying to be donkey today no more.
They should be embarrassed by what they already did. I'm not making these people do these things.
Called Donkey of the Day, and it really caught me off guard.
Damn, Charlamagne, who got the Donkey of the Day today?
Donkey of the Day for Tuesday, March 19th go to a young woman named Isabella Maria DeLuca. Now, according to my research, and by research I mean what's in this New York Post article, Isabella is a conservative social media influencer who is facing federal charges for allegedly breaching the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. Yes, the domestic terrorist organization known as Al Cracker, also called Vanilla ISIS, are still getting locked up for the attempted coup of this country that happened on January 6th. Yes, in case you're keeping score, for those amongst us who think January 6th was a perfectly normal day, we're citizens of America, we're just exercising their right to protest. Never forget what happened on that day was a crime. A crime where more than 1,200 were charged, more than 460 imprisoned, and prosecutors have secured more than 718 guilty pleas for their role in the attempted coup of this country on January 6th, including 213 who pleaded to felonies that included assaulting federal officers, obstructing law enforcement, and seditious conspiracy. And Isabella is one of the latest arrests, okay? They picked her up last Friday. I love late arrests. I love late arrest so much because you think you got away with it. Over 3 years later, and people still getting locked up for the attempted coup in this country, just like folks still getting locked up for PPP loans. Okay, Isabella is being charged with theft of government property, disorderly conduct, and entering a restricted area, all misdemeanors. Okay, she was one of several rioters that allegedly passed the table from a U.S. Senate terrorist room to others outside the building, and that table was then used against law enforcement. Let's go to Hollywood Bot off YouTube for the report, please.
A conservative social media influencer is facing federal charges for allegedly breaching the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021. And helping pass a stolen table out a broken window. Isabella Maria De Luca was arrested last Friday in California, more than 3 years after the chaos at the Capitol. The 24-year-old Long Island native and former congressional intern was one of several rioters that allegedly passed a table from a U.S. Senate terrace room to others outside the building that was then used against law enforcement. Footage shows De Luca entering the suite of conference rooms inside the Capitol through the same broken window before she climbed back where the table passed through. When an Instagram user messaged her on why she supported breaking into the Capitol, De Luca allegedly replied, "According to the Constitution, it's our house. People went to the Capitol building because that's our house, and that's where we go to take our grievances. People feel, as do I, that an election was stolen from them and it was allowed." When she was interviewed by the feds weeks after the riot, she denied entering the Capitol. She is one of 1,300 people charged in connection to the attack on the Capitol.
This is straight out the WWE. Okay, this has to go down as one of the greatest table matches of all time. Isabella, you and other members of Vanilla Isis passed the table amongst people that you ultimately used against law enforcement. You thought you was in the Royal Rumble, huh? And you and some others decided to get together to try to toss one person out the ring. And now look at you. Now, on the day of the attempted coup, Isabella tweeted, "Fight back or let politicians steal an election. Fight back." Now, the reason she's getting donkey today, not just because she committed a crime and participated in an attempted coup in this country. She's getting donkey because you heard, in the news report on January 7th, when an IG user asked her why she supported breaking into the Capitol, Isabella replied, "According to the Constitution, it's our house." That's what you think, huh? You think it's your house, huh? Capitol Hill is the House of Representatives. It's the home of the legislative branch of the U.S. federal government, but it's not your house. Listen, I believe the Waffle and Huddle House is my house because as many times I've eaten in there, but I know I can't just break into either one of those fine dining establishments and take what I want. Just because something has house in it doesn't mean you should be comfortable enough to walk around in your little pink slip and some house shoes. Okay, if you have a grievance that you want to take to the house, Isabella, you get a permit and you peacefully protest. You can do demonstrations on the Capitol with a permit. You can do rallies on Capitol Hill with a permit. You can do protests on Capitol Hill with a permit. You can do marches on Capitol Hill with a permit. But if you want to have table matches with law enforcement, you're not going to get a permit for that. So when you say the Capitol building is your house and that's where we go to take our grievances, you're right. But you got to have a permit to do it, okay? There's a proper way to express your grievances. Now, on January 7th, 2021, Isabella said she was having mixed feelings about January 6th, saying she had mixed feelings about what had happened. She said people went to the Capitol building because that's our house and that's where we go to take our grievances. People feel as I do that an election was stolen from them and it was allowed. Poor dumbass girl. Okay, look, we all make choices. That's what life is about. Life is about choices. Some we regret, some we're proud of, some will haunt us forever. Some we make because we are ill-informed. Some we make because we have received bad information. I feel Isabella, made a poor choice because of all the above. And the moral of the story is, I don't give a damn because we are what we choose to be. All right. And on January 6th, 2021, Isabella chose to be a donkey. Please let Chelsea Handler give Isabella De Luca the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw. That is way too much Dan mayonnaise.
All right. Let's talk script clubs.
All right. Well, earlier, shout out to Jermaine Dupri. He was up here talking about his Freaknik documentary. And we got in a conversation about strip clubs, all right? Now, during this conversation, he was saying that he brings his girl or his person he's kicking it with to the strip club.
Do we have a clip? We don't have a clip?
Of course, we don't have the clip.
Oh, okay.
But the reason he said he brings his girl is he says that that's something that he does on Mondays, and he wants to pretty much bring his girl because that's what he does, and he wants to make sure that his girl is involved with what he does, right?
Exactly. Just to avoid all the beef when he gets home, because if your man go out to the strip club and he spends all night out there, you come home, then your girl got problems. Where you been at? And why do you smell like, why is the lipstick all up?
Why you smell like Bunky?
Yeah, but if you go
there
to
should
the
be no
strip
lipstick
club
on you,
to
brother.
him, you know what I mean? I mean, with him, then you should see what he's doing right there. And that's how he was explaining it.
So what's the question?
And why wouldn't you want to go?
Yeah.
Strip clubs are fun. Yeah. When you and your significant
I mean,
others
for
go to a
certain
strip club,
people.
You don't like it? You're not a strip club person?
No, I'm not really a...
But if your man wanted to go, you would go with him.
I
though.
like the cabaret. I ain't gonna hold you. But yeah.
Ain't that the same thing? It's
Justin's
just a-
cabaret. Yeah, but they be doing all... You sound real old. But yeah, look at my eyes.
Can you stop saying that, please?
Kevin is crazy.
What?
We dumped twice. Stop saying that.
Dump what?
What you just said.
That's y'all dumb ass for dumping. I ain't saying no curse word.
Yeah, he said she.
I'm from the country. See, exactly. I'm not
You're scaring our
she.
producers, so
No,
I'm not gonna-
you should stop. You should understand the South more,
not
dumbasses. Okay, I'm from South Carolina. We say she. All right, I ain't curse. I ain't curse
Y'all
at
better
all.
not dump no she.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all gonna dump a she? Okay. Y'all wouldn't dump a they.
Oh my God. Producers, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying. He keeps going. Like, I don't know what to do.
I ain't curse.
I don't know what to do.
I ain't saying not one curse word.
But I don't think that is like I don't think they're fun.
No.
And the reasons why I like Johnson's Cabaret is because they do tricks, they do everything. Like it's like a sight to see.
I got you. So what's the question?
The question is exactly what Jermaine Dupri said. If you're a man, if your woman does not want to go to the strip club with you, is that a deal breaker? Mm-hmm. And if you're a woman, is a man that would like to go to the strip club a red flag?
Okay. Let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. Let's discuss. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Steady calling my phone.
It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, earlier we had Jermaine Dupri here, and he was talking about why he brings his women to the strip club, including Janet Jackson. This is what he said.
I saw you with, I think it was with Gayle King and Carrie Champion and all of them. You was talking about how if a woman couldn't understand you being in the strip club, she wasn't the woman for you.
Yeah, 100%.
So if that was a deal breaker off the top.
100%.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm saying, like, I'm going to use you, Jess, as an example. If me and Jess was talking and she came to Atlanta and I said, we going to Magic City tonight. And she was like, well, I don't really no strip clubs. I don't know. At that point, you have broke our synergy. But when I go to the strip club, as a woman, her mind's going to start doing this, right? I asked you to come with me so that your mind wouldn't do that. But you want to stay at home and wait till I get back.
Good point.
And then come back, possibly smelling like the strip club.
All these questions.
And then we going to have a beef. Ultimately, if this is part of your life, this is part of my life. So you got to know that that's happening. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
I agree with him 1,000%.
Yeah.
My wife has been to many strip clubs with me, whether it was Vegas, Atlanta, New York City. The only reason I don't like Gia going to the strip clubs is Gia likes to throw too much money. Like, she really gets into it, and I be like, whoa, calm down.
She doing that on purpose. That means stop going.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. But that's the. But I enjoy. Me and my wife go to strip club. We have a ball. We have
That's
fun.
amazing,
Like
actually.
we have a great time when we go.
Yeah, it's not like, me and my wife don't get up and say, hey, let's go to the strip club. But, if we're in a certain city or, even out the country somewhere and somebody says a dope ass strip club to go to, we somewhere and somebody we went to was in Ghana, the Silver Fox Strip Club in Ghana. And we had a ball. Yes,
That's amazing.
My wife has a great time in the strip club.
Yeah, mine too. I think the last strip club I went to was Floyd Mayweather's club, Girl Collection in Vegas. We had a
Girl Collection.
It's called Girl Collection
Wow.
in Vegas. Yeah, so we had a great time out there. Shout out to Floyd.
When the last time you been to a strip club, Jeff?
It was a couple years ago.
Did you go with your man?
Years ago. No, I didn't have a man. Thanks, Envy. No, I was very single, and I went and
to throw singles.
I didn't throw any money. Actually, I was in Houston, and
you just want to be judgmental.
I didn't go to be judgmental. I don't know, like
What club was it in Houston? Area 29?
I don't even remember. I was doing a hosting.
It's probably Area 29.
And
I like it.
No,
they do tricks in Houston.
They wasn't doing tricks in Houston.
No, they wasn't. The girl, she came and she sat on my lap and she threw her legs up and she smashed my face. That was a trick.
Okay.
Like, okay.
Caved your face in.
I'm talking about seriously wiped off every ounce of makeup I had on that one side.
Damn. She was that.
Yes, she was sweaty. It was her hair. Her hair was.
Hold on now. You got to describe this again because the way I'm describing, you saying she sat on your lap.
Like he's into it. Look at him.
The other way around. Don't ever play with me like that because that's not even what we're doing. So she sat on my lap. I think I got a video of it. I posted it. Like she sat on my lap, right? Yep. She was facing the same way I was facing, so yeah, and then she threw her legs up. Like if I wanted to, I could have grabbed her boobs from behind her. That's how we were sitting.
Okay.
And then she like came back, and her wig like it was so wet, and it like smeared my makeup. It stank. I was like, oh my god, yeah. It was one nice stripper in there, but I ain't want to give her no money. I was just so upset at that. I just couldn't wait to
The food be usually banging though. You try food in there?
It was buffalo wings. It was nice, but that's it.
I get it. If somebody put their bodily fluids on you like that to sweat you, that's not a good experience.
But a couple times I went and I didn't like it. So the strip club is just not for me. The only time that I really went and I had fun was when I went to Johnson's Cabaret. I'm not just saying that, in Queens when I went to Starlet's.
I remember, you went to Starlet's.
It was lit.
Okay, so let's go to the lines. If you're a man and your woman doesn't want to go to the strip club, but you has got a deal breaker, and if you're a woman and your man wants to go to the strip club a lot, is that a red flag?
Hello, who's this?
Yo, what up, Doe? This is Cam from Detroit.
Cam, what up, Doe?
What up, Doe?
Talk to us.
I want to talk about. Yeah, man. I don't know. I tend to get the possessive women in the relationships, man. They don't even like when I look at another female. You know, like even if I have saying chicks that dealt with chicks before, it's like I try to bring that up. Like, nah, nope, that's out the question. So I don't know, man. I guess it's just. I don't know. I get possessive. I get the possessive ones.
So you don't take your girl to the strip club, or she don't want to go?
Not at all. Not at all. She don't even want me looking at other females.
Now, are you a pretty nigga? Flashy.
No, I'm handsome. I don't like to toot my own horn, but.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I feel you.
All right, cool.
I'll be the same way.
You are not.
Absolutely
you are not.
Hey, I'm handsome. I ain't saying nothing about pretty.
Oh, okay.
I'm handsome.
Right. I don't know who told you that.
Who ain't handsome?
They blind.
Well.
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
What's your name, mama?
What's up? This is Jay from Atlanta.
Hey, Jay. Atlanta, we know how you are. You go to every strip club.
No, I was telling him it's very cultural down here. Like it's just a part of the scene. So the girls we get together go to the strip club by ourselves. So it's like Diamonds of Atlanta had one of the best brunches for a minute. Like the day party scene. It's not a thing. You're not really gonna find a girl down here that's tripping like, oh, I want my dude to go to the strip club.
Yeah, it ain't nothing to it. Honestly, it's just a great experience. Both of y'all go there. Y'all get all hot and bothered, go home and take care of each other.
Yeah.
Exactly, and you donate to the United Negro College Fund.
There you go. You already know. Right. You helping a lot of the women being there scripting trying to get through school.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Damn.
800.
You got to stop hanging up.
I thought she was done.
You really got to stop hanging up on people.
Tell her. Made it.
If y'all talking about it, you know we talking about it. It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. If you're just joining us, Jermaine Dupri was here earlier. We were having a conversation of going to a strip club and how it's a deal breaker for him, and this is what he said.
I saw you with, I think it was with Gayle King and Carrie Champion and all of them. You was talking about how if a woman couldn't understand you being in the strip club, she wasn't the woman for you.
Yeah, 100%.
So if that was a deal breaker off the top.
100%.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm saying, like, I'm going to use you, Jess, as an example. If me and Jess was talking and she came to Atlanta and I said, we going to Magic City tonight. And she was like, well, I don't really no strip clubs. I don't know. At that point, you have broke our synergy. But when I go to the strip club, as a woman, her mind's going to start doing this, right? I asked you to come with me so that your mind wouldn't do that. But you want to stay at home and wait till I get back.
Good point.
And then come back, possibly smelling like the strip club.
With all these questions.
And then we going to have a beef. Ultimately, if this is part of your life, this is part of my life. So you got to know that that's happening. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
So we're asking 800-585-1051. Fellas, is this a deal breaker? And ladies, is it a red flag? Hello, who's this?
My name is Carrie. I'm calling you from Miami. Hi, Andy.
Calling from where, mama?
Miami.
Oh, okay. So what's your thought on strip club? Do you go with your man?
Yes, I do. And listen, when a man not taking you to the strip club is exactly the red flag. That's where the red flag come in. If he's taking you to the strip club, you all going to a swingers club, he's including you in the porn, all those things keep the relationship tight.
That is two different things. That is two. You're just not going to slide swingers in there like that. We're not talking about them clubs.
Yes, I love you. There was no one else for this position but you.
Thank you. I love you too.
You been to the swinger club before with your man?
Listen, don't try to get me in trouble, Andy.
You already said it.
Don't do that. You have to do those things. You have to keep things spicy.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
You have to do those things. You can do all those freaky things as long as it's with one person.
That's right.
That's facts.
Yeah, we ain't get to the swinger club. I don't know about the swinger club, but the strip club and
Charlamagne, me love you like cooked food.
Me love you like cocoa bread and chicken patty.
Should have said jerk chicken. So let me ask you a question. You don't mind seeing your man knocking out for a chick, or he don't mind seeing you getting your back banged out?
Listen, when you care deeply for the person and you want them to be happy and get the best lay and the best sex and make all the fantasy come true, yes, you love watching them having pleasure. You do.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not knocking you.
Yeah, Jess?
Like I said,
Yeah.
You wouldn't mind your man getting knocked off from
Probably from like 60.
Oh, okay.
I'm not knocking you. Y'all exploring your shadow side. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
You got to. When you hide that from each other, you limiting the relationship.
That I agree with. You should absolutely let your significant other see your shadow side.
Exactly. No. You got to share those spicy stuff with your mate, Charlamagne. You know.
Yeah, he know. He been new. Yeah.
Right, listen, for real.
No, I'm not watching my wife get banged out. No.
I ain't doing all that now. That's a bit much.
That's what she's saying. She was like,
that's not all she's saying.
But
She's
that's a little
saying
bit of
more
what
than
she's saying. That's all I heard.
Because that's all. You don't listen well.
I don't listen well.
And we know this.
Oh, okay. As long as
do you want us to tell us? You want to tell us more?
No, I don't want to tell you nothing.
Okay.
Niggas conditioned, but they can't take it.
That's right.
And B, you can have fantasies without intercourse too.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Dress up. Yeah, include somebody that you're not going to see the next day. Yeah, include somebody.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not knocking her.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of us explore our shadow sides. I think that we need to explore our shadow sides more. Okay?
That's why you be flirting with me all the time. That's your shadow side.
No, that has nothing to do with that. Your shadow self is the parts of you that you might deem unacceptable, uncivilized, primitive in nature. But I don't think it's uncivilized or primitive at all to watch porn with your significant other.
Now, I don't mind Chris going to the strip club, but I'm not going with him. I'm just not doing it. Like, I just,
not
just
into
because I don't want to go. Yeah, no. I can stay home, watch porn, whatever, but I'm not going to the strip club.
You gonna give him a time limit? Like, all right, you got 2 hours.
No, he already know.
He know what his curfew is?
He know. I ain't never, it's been an unspoken thing. I ain't never got to be like, when to come in. It's nope.
You know your curfew.
That's why I don't say that.
But what's the moral of the story?
I mean,
It was right for you.
That's right.
That's right.
That's
As long as you're a couple and you enjoy each other and y'all have conversations and y'all open to it and y'all speak freely, enjoy.
Right. And just be comfortable in yourself, honestly, because that people will get the wrong idea from me saying people will get the wrong idea from saying like it is not my don't want to go. Like I just a cup of tea, but it's his, so he'll go, but I don't have to be with him, and I'm not going to drill him when he come home.
And Jess is right, because if you a woman and your man want to go, and he wants you to go with him, just go with him.
Right.
If you don't like it, that ain't your thing, cool. But at least you go and you see what's going on and you see what he likes about it. A lot of times it might just be like a man cave thing. You and your boys go and kick it, eat some chicken wings, throw some ones, I'm going back home.
Yeah. And a lot of people think I'm a stud anyway, so I'm not ready to go.
You stupid.
Yeah, they be like, oh no, Jess, we've been waiting for you. No, don't wait for me.
You don't give stud energy.
Sometimes, when I be throwing on my, I can't act like that now because I'm pregnant, but I be trying I did that with Sexy Red when she was up here. Remember? Because I was like, come on, sexy, please, sexy. And then she was like, all right, you want to be my friend? I was like, all right, sexy, yeah, I had to turn on the stud chump.
Well, we got Jess with the Worldwide Mess coming up.
Yes, we do. Jesus. Glorilla meets President Joe Biden and VP Kamala Harris.
Okay. Oh, Lord. All right, we'll get to that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to Jess with the Worldwide Mess.
Music real. Yes. What is Jess Hilarious, Jess Moore, Jess don't do no lying.
Jess is gonna bring you numbers.
Jess With The Mess. And music real.
On the Breakfast Club.
I know they know the difference.
Right, stories. MGM debunks, I hate that word, reports of Bruno Mars owing them $50 million. He has no debt with MGM. That's what they came out and said. So
I felt stupid after I saw that headline because when I saw that story yesterday, I was like, it didn't sound right, but I mean,
exactly,
maybe.
If he has a $90 million contract with them and like it's just going around and he just owed $50 million.
I know.
I mean, you put more fuel to the fire. You remember he said he came to your show. They said that.
That really happened though.
Yeah.
I thought Shannon Sharp on Club Shay Shay say that he was with somebody that said Bruno Mars blew 17 in a night camp.
And that's why somebody was talking about Shay because he talking about, I heard. Don't keep talking about what you heard.
Let's be honest. If there was a debt, would the MGM come out and say there is a debt, especially since he does a residency there?
Yeah.
They have great relationships there. That somebody leaked that, so they wouldn't come back. But like he does, they would handle it under the table.
Right.
You know what I mean? Regardless.
Don't talk about this young man we own.
Right. Hey, yo. Look, over 250 partiers arrested in Miami Beach despite breaking up with spring break campaign. So they still wasn't playing. They went down there. They thought that was a joke. That may have still ordered them people to lock them people up. I better stop playing with Miami. All right, Megan Good's older sister says she is sick of the industry not giving Megan her flowers. Okay. All right. Roland Ray says Drake endorses Sexy Red like Biggie endorsed Lil' Kim, but we not ready for that conversation. Right. Like, why is that that's a conversation?
I don't think
Drake endorses Sexy Red like Biggie did Kim.
Little Kim was signed to Big. Big wrote for Little Kim.
That's right. It was a totally different ballgame.
They were part of a group.
Totally different investment.
Mafia.
Drake has done some shout outs and some features.
But it's not the same.
It's not remotely the same.
And blew some money, some tax money, you know.
Yeah, bought her some bags. Then it's not remotely the same.
Big took Kim off the street. Like the story was Kim was coming from work and seeing Big, and that's how she started. So it's totally different.
It's not even close.
Yo, he said but they not ready for that conversation.
It's not a conversation to be had.
No. Oh my God.
Not at all.
These influencers is crazy. All right, Shakira says, now this is Shakira. She said that she put her career on hold for her ex. There was a lot of love sacrifice. There was a lot of sacrifice for love. Okay, this happens every day. Bobby Athoff denies stealing Funny Marco style.
She stole it.
Yeah, but he actually had her on there again. Or did she have him? Yeah, he had her. He brought her on the show, and she was like, he was like, yeah, people say that you stole my stuff, and she was like, well, people say you stole my stuff, and then she was joking. She was like, no, I'm just kidding, but like it was so dry.
And I saw Bobby give Marco $50,000.
She did?
Yeah. So if you give somebody $50,000, as a gift, you stole. You know you got your stuff.
But only $50,000. That's funny. And he snatched that check up from that white woman.
That's a lot of money.
Meek Mill reacts to Fat G's death. Philly is a terrible place for black people to live. People should not kill. And then Meek Mill seemingly threatens DJ Academic's life. So there we go. That's a story in itself. Stupid. That's what it say. Jesus Christ.
I hate you, Jess.
As long as it's not a Philly. Okay. All right. Glorilla meets president and VP. So she was at the White House for the Women's History Month reception, and she had pictures and videos from when she met Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. She tried to get him to say, yeah, Glo, and she was like, yeah, Joe, and he was like, yeah, you. And
well, here's the thing. Anything the politicians do around this time of year looks like pandering because it is, right? The White House's Black Outreach invites folks like Glorilla to events like that for moments exactly like that one. That's what they want.
Absolutely. And Jennifer Hudson is hesitant to settle down with Common. So a source close to Jennifer Hudson reportedly said that Jennifer is skeptical about settling down or marrying Common because both of their relationship past right? So Jennifer swore she'd never get married after her engagement with David Otunga failed in 2017. They were engaged for 8 years, right? And then when she decided, she had the baby, and then she decided to marry him, and it didn't work out, you know. And then Common dated several other celebrities: Erykah Badu, Taraji P. Henson, Tiffany Haddish, Serena Williams, and the source said,
great roster.
Yeah, I know, right? The source said Common tells Jen, despite his past with so many famous women, he's in the relationship for keeps. But Jen felt that way when she was engaged for 9 years. I'm sorry, it wasn't 8, for 9 years, and she doesn't want to end up with a broken marriage and be back at square one. So I definitely do understand that.
Well, based off Common's romantic history, he probably feels the same way Jennifer Hudson does. He not ready to settle down either.
Yeah, and it is what it is. These people just, you know, having fun. But this story is crazy, but it's definitely going to take more than a couple seconds, so we're going to get to it tomorrow. But it's more worldwide news. So.
Okay.
Worldwide Jess.
Worldwide Jess. Well, thank you, Jess.
Everywhere
With the
she
mess.
goes, she leave a worldwide mess.
Absolutely, y'all.
Salute to Worldwide West. Sorry, West, we taking that.
All right. Well, thank you, Jess. Now, Charlamagne, this is a part of the show where you can talk about your...
oh, man, you know what? That is a fact. The second annual Black Effect Podcast Festival is happening Saturday, April 27th in Atlanta. Drop on the clues bombs for that, Red, okay? We got Wallow and Gilly on that stage. We got the Poor Minds podcast, Dre and Lex on that stage. We got the Horrible Decisions podcast, Mandy and Weezy on that stage. Deeply Well with Debbie Brown will be on that stage. The Baller Alert Show will be on that stage. Will Lucas, Black Tech Green Money will be on that stage. Jess Hilarious will be on that stage, doing her Carefully Reckless podcast, Fixing People's Mess Live. And it's hosted by B. Dot and Pretty V.
Yes.
All right. So go get your tickets right now at blackeffect.com/podcast festival, or go to Eventbrite. You know, we got panels, we got food trucks, we got all kind of stuff. You know, it sold out last year, on pace to sell out this year. So go get your tickets right now, blackeffect.com/podcast festival, or eventbrite.com for the second annual Black Effect Podcast Festival.
All right. And the mix is up next.
You're checking out The Breakfast Club.
Who run the world, girls?
It's Women's History Month, and we're celebrating the most influential women in history. Check out this phenomenal woman.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. It's Women's History Month. Who we repping today, Jess?
We are repping Star Jones. So her real name is Starlet Marie Jones Lugo. She's better known as Star Jones, who is recognized as one of the original co-hosts of ABC morning talk show The View. As a best-selling author, Emmy Award-nominated TV host, and former prosecutor, Star Jones has been the judge of divorce court for the past 2 years. Because I was wondering where she was at myself. You used to see Star Jones all the time, but she'd been minding her business up on her court show, so that's what she's been doing, y'all. But I wanted to honor her for her contribution into media.
All right, salute to Star Jones.
Yep.
All right, when we come back, we got the positive notice, The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
And that was another phenomenal woman in history.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. It's time to get up out of here. Charlamagne, you got a positive note?
I do, man, and I just want to tell y'all the positive note comes from Dr. Glenn Patrick Doyle. I am quoting Dr. Glenn Patrick Doyle for a reason, because I used this quote in my new book, Get Honest or Die Lying, Why Small Talk Sucks, which will be out May 21st, but it's available for pre-order now. But the quote is, trauma survivors often develop this severe aversion to small talk. Sometimes superficial chit-chat even makes us annoyed or angry. It's nothing personal. We've just gotten real clear on how precious our bandwidth is and real selective on how we're willing to allocate it. Okay? Small talk sucks.
What does that mean?
Small talk?
No, that's small quote. What did that mean?
Exactly what I just said.
Break it down, no, layman's
Trauma
terms.
survivors often develop this severe aversion to small talk. So I don't like when people just come up to me with conversation that don't matter. You know what I mean? You, by the way, you are the queen of not listening to nobody's small talk.
Absolutely.
You can't even fake it when you try. All right? Okay? And it's nothing personal. It's just that we have our boundaries set up because we ain't with it.
Yeah.
And so with this book that I'm putting out May 21st, I'm giving everybody permission.
She's not listening.
Permission to not accept no small talk from nobody.
Oh, okay, so we gotta read the book to know that.
Yeah.
I know that's right.
But the book is also giving you some bigger things to talk about. You know how sometimes people come around you and they be trying to make conversation? You be like, all right, stop.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about that.
You just walk up and tell me exactly what's going on.
Yeah, that's right. Let's talk about something macro, not micro.
Okay, no, that's right. He is the best promotion person ever.
Who's that?
No, it's not. That would be DJ Khaled. That man sold Weight Watchers and he fat as hell.
Yeah. All right, come on, say bye to these people.
Bye.
Breakfast Club, bitches.
Y'all finished or y'all done?